Well, I'm Janice Bell. This is my husband of 35 years, Michael Bell. We have two children, two grown children,
and grandchildren.
They used to foster themselves. And so when they were foster parents, they kept saying, "Mom, Dad, you ought to do this. You would be great at this." And we're like, no, But we didn't start thinking about it. I said, "Mike, let's go talk to them about just respite. Just on weekends, if they had a need, we can take some little kid for the weekend. We've got that extra bedroom. It's not doing anything." And he just jumped right on it. Yeah, he didn't hesitate. He said, "Yeah, let's go talk to her." So that's what we originally signed up to, respite. And when she started telling us about Arkansas Baptist Children's Homes, had all of these homes throughout the whole state. We have this many kids in foster care in Sebastian County.
It was like 750.
Something that was a lot. I was just blown away. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it, because we didn't know there was such a need. And we said, okay, we're going to take the PRIDE training, and it was so informative, and it was so heartbreaking at the same time to hear some of the stuff,
And I did go in with the attitude of, I've raised a child, I don't need this. And boy, was I wrong.
Then my phone pings. "Janice, call me as soon as possible." She goes, "Janice, we have a 4-year-old little boy and needs placement, and it might be for a long term. And would you and Mike be interested?" And I looked at Mike and I said, "Mike," he said, "I'll do it." He said, "I'm serious, I'll do it." Mike and I decided, we've got this little 2-bedroom house. What we're going to do is we're going to start looking for a bigger house.
Because that's a big decision when you buy a house, so you gotta let God be a part of it.
"Janice, I want to show you these pictures of this house." And I'm thinking, my first thought was, I didn't tell her we were looking for a house. That was my first thought. She said, "Okay, you just tell me, promise me one thing, you'll pray about it." I said, "You know what? You got it." I got out in the truck and I go, "Mike, I've got to tell you something." He goes, "What's wrong?" She's showing me a house that it's a big sibling, a large sibling. They want house parents to move into that home. And I said, "Mike, all these houses have been falling through. Every one of them's fallen through." And he goes, "Oh, wow." He said, "That's something, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, it really is." And he even said, when God closes a door, he usually opens a window for you, out of the blue. I said, "Mike, if you were to answer right," he said, "Yeah." "Mike, yeah, you would move in?" And he goes, "Yeah." He said, "This is a perfect house for a large family."
God was orchestrating all this.
What I would love is for us to be able to take the other 5 kids of the 2 we already have. We get them all together, at least they will be able to spend their last months home, together before they go home. So it's really humbling. I just feel like we just have too much. You take these little kids in, and they don't have much at all. And I just think I'm so blessed. You just want to give them so much.
Even now, we're still on this learning curve. I hope I keep learning. I saw a pretty dull retirement life, but if you want to spice it up, foster. I never thought I'd be arguing with a teenager again.
For one, it's going to bless your heart. When you foster, these kids really, they need to be loved. But there's just so much that you're going to have to give to these kids. They're going to bless you for the rest of your life. You're going to hold on to those memories. And giving them up is the hardest thing. And we know they have parents that love them, but when you give them up, you go into it thinking, I'm not going to be able to give them up. But when you give them back to your parents, and you've done what the ultimate goal is, and that's what God wants, is for the kids to be with their parents. So you're going to make an impact, no doubt at all.